So let's do this video, be rather short, 5 minutes tops I think. And in this video I'll just be talking about the various levels of strategy. And we say that if you were to think about strategic management, it always begins with the top management providing what we call direction for the people at the bottom, and it is in a top-bottom approach in this sense. At the top you have a vision statement, and this we shall talk about later. We have a mission statement on this end. Then you have corporate objectives. Let me even just talk about them in this video. So in a way, this is one of the approaches that we can have. Now, the vision statement is basically a statement of what the firm wants to be in the end, and this is a statement that should be clear, unambiguous, and it should be achievable within the next 15 to 25 years of sorts. You don't want something that is basically a wishful thinking. And we said in class that an example of a good vision would be JQuat's to be a University of Global Excellence in Research, Training and Innovation. It has basically given the boundaries of what we're all about over here. Now, once you come up with a vision, you provide that basis for the mission, and this is basically the purpose or the product that we are selling. You want to give the product in this sense, and you want to give the purpose in this sense. Again, it should be clear, it should be unambiguous, and it should be based on the vision. That means if our vision is to provide quality and accessible research, training and innovation, then it means that our mission should be to provide quality and accessible research, training and innovation in the fields of entrepreneurship, in the fields of agriculture, in the fields of technology and so forth, to provide leaders in the fields of 1, 2, 3 and 4. That is a very good mission statement, because again it is derived from the vision statement. Then we go to the corporate objectives. The corporate objectives are long-term goals that the firm wants to achieve, and they should be SMART in the sense that they are specific, they are measurable, they are attainable, and they are realistic and time bound. Now again, the corporate objectives is based on the mission that we have placed in the organization. An example of corporate objectives would be market share, would be one of them. We can have growth, would be another. We can have sales, would be another. We can have corporate social responsibility, can be a goal. We can have profitability, is a goal. Shareholder return could be a goal. Therefore, a good example would be, if I am Jomo Kenyatta and this is my mission, what kind of corporate objective can I come up with if I think about growth? Initially, I can say maybe introducing two campuses to in our African market, since it's global. In our African market, this can be an example of a goal because it's specific. I can put measurable in the sense that it's 2. It's attainable, yes. It's realistic, yes. Is it time bound? I can say in the next 2 years can be a goal. This would be an example of a SMART corporate objective. You can pick any SMART objective over here, but basically again the whole thing is hierarchical. Now if you go to the levels of strategy, again you have what you call top level strategies, you have middle level strategies, then you have the operational strategies on the opposite end. Now, the top level strategies are the ones that are determined by top management, that include the vision, any other plan. For example, a strategic plan is an example of a top level strategy. A middle level strategy is a strategy that is created at a strategic business unit. For example, let's say it's Coca-Cola and we say we're looking at Coca-Cola Kenya. Now, an operational strategy is the one that is created at the functional departments. An example would be outsourcing strategy can be an example of an operational strategy under the supply chain management department in Coca-Cola. Again, the whole thing is going in the sense we have a top-bottom approach. Now, we say again that in this step that it is very, very important to make sure we have what you call strategic alignment. And strategic alignment is where you have the top management says the same thing as the middle management says the same thing as the bottom management. That if the top management said we are going in this direction, this side at the bottom we are going in this direction. Let me give an example of a strategic misalignment. Let's assume that the corporate objective over here, which has been created by JQuat, a corporate objective which has been created by JQuat is to reduce operational costs by 35%. Now, an example of a mismatch is where if you go to the HR department and they are still aggressively hiring permanent and pensionable instead of using contracts. This is a clear example of a strategic mismatch, because the corporate objective at the top says we want to cut on cost, but at the operational level the strategy is showing that this is the approach. They are basically being intensive on the expense side. Now you go to procurement again and we say our strategy is to reduce the cost by 35%, and we find that our supply chain department is highly insourced. Now, insourcing will give us what you call control over the supply chain, but when it comes to cost, it is very cost inefficient. Therefore, if our top strategy says reduce cost, then the best strategy down here should be to outsource. Now, this is an example of misalignment again under procurement department, and we say that the only way that you can maintain this alignment over here is making sure that communication, which is a very integral bit of this, is maintained from top to bottom. And this can be through what you call consultative meetings and so forth and so on. We shall talk about those much later. So this is it for this video. Let us go to now the steps of strategic management, which will take the longest. Thank you.